So there's no doubt that one of the biggest epidemics, quite frankly, in golf is sucking the club inside. I mean, you hear players like Rory McIlroy talk about keeping the club head in front of them, right? So I wasn't probably until I was probably like 26 or 27 playing, as a professional golfer. I didn't even know what that really meant. So let's talk about how that helps you build a stock shot, because that's what it's really about, right? The goal is to build a stock shot, a ball that starts one way, curves back towards the flag, and never over curves the line. Now, to do that, we need to have a golf swing that kind of airs with it being steep, shallow, steep. So what that means is that if you had a golf club and you had our target line here, as the club is going back, it airs with the club looking like just barely inside the target line. So that's steep, so that now the club can go shallow, and then I can rotate or have the freedom to rotate and kind of control the face, which makes it exit steep. So let's talk about the first part of that system, right? The steep, shallow, steep. And this is the steep part, right? So what happens is that in your golf swing, right, you have two types of hinging. Let me use this club actually. You have what's known as vertically hinging, kind of like you would hinge a hammer, and then you have horizontal hinging, like you're sweeping snow off the hood of your car, right? Now, when you take the club back and it's going inside, there's two things that are happening. Either A, you're horizontally hinging, or B, you're not hinging. And that's a key one. That's what I actually see most, is that when you take the club back, you're looking at it on video and the club looks like it's under plane, but really if you were just hinging it, you would actually be on plane. Because listen, to have an on-plane golf swing, all you need is a tilt, a turn, and a hinge. And boom, like now you take it back like Rory McIlroy or Tommy Fleetwood. So here's a little trick, or I shouldn't say trick, here's a little feel that you could take. So take an alignment stick, jam it in your grip. You can also just like hold it shaft and club. And all I want you to do is, as you set up, take the club back and run it down your thigh. That's going to give you the feeling of hinging. So let's look at this as an example first, just so you can have, I think it's really, really important to not just, hey, believe like what I'm saying because I have a camera and I'm on YouTube or Instagram, right? Like, results are results, and we want to model what the best do, right? And we need to see what do the best do, and then if the best are doing it, let's do it. So if we look at this, and if we were to look at No here, and we were to take it back, you're going to see how he's going to have his club head stay outside his hands, right? Let's look at Tommy Fleetwood, right? Lots of people would say Tommy Fleetwood's golf swing is really, really good. So if we looked at Tommy Fleetwood, let's bring him up here, right? So here's his plane line, and he goes back, and you can see how the club would kind of hinge up and kind of cover his hands right there, right? Now, if we look at this player, what we can see is this player is going to suck it inside, right? He kind of sucks it inside. So now the shaft halfway back looks shallow, whereas you can see like Tommy here, right? Halfway back, the shaft looks steep, right? So now with this drill, just to show us like a validation to what we're doing here, with this drill, we had him do that same drill, and now look at how much better the backswing will get. So he goes back, now the club's going up and kind of airing. You can see how it's airing steep, right? So that's a way different spot, and that was literally one swing. So now all you got to do is you set up, run it down your leg up to the top, and then turn, and then it also kind of handles the follow through because you don't flip it. It's going to kind of make you feel like you have to tilt and turn and hinge, and then you're shallow, and then you can see how I'm folding up, and that makes it exit. So now I've kind of got that Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy half follow through finish. So try this drill. Follow along with more tips. Give us your comments below. Make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube as to all these things, so we can give you more tips as to what you want, right? If you want more stuff from the golf room, go visit thegolfroomeverywhere.com. There is so much stuff there. You could go crazy for days just like binge watching all of this stuff. So try this. If you suck it inside, it's like an epidemic, like I said, in golf. We see it so much here at the golf room here in Dublin, Ohio. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys back here with our next tip on how you can start building stock shots.